Jumbo Mambo Familia Angu. Hello, how are you? How are you? Habarigani. This is Eli-Ben-Eli, and I am your babu, Eli-Ben-Eli, and I'm grateful to each and every one of you who has subscribed to our channel. You know, I welcome you to the family of Babu Eli, to my tribe, to my nation. You know, we are one people. And please, you know, like, comment, share, you know, feel at home. My home is your home. And I saw a video that was posted by Mara. Two videos that I saw that I wanted to comment on. I saw the video of fellow the boy talking about how his father went ahead and asked him to turn the project over to Mike Adventures, I believe it's called, or I may be wrong. You know, I'll say this about Marwa. Like the rest of us, I was very concerned about his health and his well-being, but brothers and sisters, to be very honest with you, it seems to me that Marwa is doing fine. It seems to me that Marwa is in excellent health. He was out and about, and this did not strike me as being somebody who had been at death's door, so sickly and coughing and weak with fever. And this struck me as being somebody who is has been sleeping next to a woman who is performing all kinds of wonderful things that the young women do with their boyfriends on him. I mean, he didn't seem to have any problems. You know, he was the old Marwa. And I'm kind of asking myself, just what was going on with this claim that this man was deathly ill and needed isolation and silence? I have a suspicion. I have a suspicion that many people who were owed money or who paid for that master class and received absolutely nothing in return might have had some pressing questions from Mara. I have a feeling that a lot of those people that were promised shout-outs that they never got because Mara felt that they were pushing too much, a lot of them might have had a word or two to say to Mara. Maybe they had something for Mara. And it just seems a little bit too convenient that suddenly Marwa develops a health condition. Before I go on, let me stop and say, please, my dear friends, I want you to exercise the power of the finger. Take one finger, or two if you have to, and just smash the like button and the subscribe button. Add a comment, say whatever you want. Babu Eli needs your support, my dear friends, my dear family. You know, there was a time that I was in the hospital, and I used to call a Swahili nurse. By the way, this is something that most people don't know, that I did not know. I don't know about you. I didn't know. There is a tribe called the Swahili tribe. And this woman was the only member of the Swahili tribe that I ever met. And I used to say to her, I used to call her Mpenzi. I would occasionally tell her, Malaika, nakupenda, Malaika. And that would make her laugh. But she told me, you shouldn't call me Mpenzi. And I said, why? And she explained to me that when you call a woman Mpenzi, it implies that you and her have relations. And, you know, that wasn't the case. But anyway, back to what I was saying. You are my Malaikas. You are my family. And I thank each and every one of you that had the courage, had the guts, had the intestinal fortitude and the inner strength to take that finger and smash the like button and smash the subscription button. Please, if and all of you who have been members and continue to watch my videos and make comments, I love you all. You're all very dear to me. Please, let's help the channel of Babu Eli keep growing. You know, please, if you're enjoying this video, hit those buttons for me, okay? It'll cost you nothing, and I will tell you something. If you like my videos, if you support this channel, Allah will bless you. You will experience good things. I want you all to say something along with me. Good things are coming my way through the blessings of Allah. Say that and believe it, because good things are going to happen. You know, and please feel free to say whatever you want to say. Feel free to criticize me. Feel free to offer me friendship, offer me love, or not. You know, all that I say to you is this. I come from a tradition of beliefs where you treat older people with a certain amount of courtesy, because they will disrespect people who have white hair in their beards and on their head, invoke the curse of heaven. Okay? Please don't put me in a pigeonhole and expect me to say what you want me to say and criticize me and mock me and disrespect me because I'm older and I'm making comments that you may or may not agree with. You know, please enjoy the video. And if you don't enjoy a comment, but, you know, I don't particularly care what you do or what you say, but for the sake of your soul, I urge you to mind your manners. I urge you to mind your manners. Okay? I have never in my life cursed anybody. If anybody who has known me has been cursed, it is their behavior that has cursed them. Please don't curse yourself. And certainly don't curse me. Anyway, back to what I was saying. You know, I'm fascinated to see that a man who everybody, you know, was prepared to throw themselves on their knees and pray for, and oh my gosh, all of those helicopters that hovered over the villa and the airplanes and the gliders and all of those cars that came and went, and the parking lot that was so crowded with cars, and the grounds that were so crowded with thousands of... Well, wait a minute, none of that happened. But anyway, you know, you would think that Mauda was so stressed by running around saying, Fundi, Mura, turn out the música. Pole, mos, pole, I'm shooting a video. You would think that all of that stress and running around saying, shout out to this person, and it's all organic, all of that nonsense. You would think that it just stressed him out. It stressed him out to the point where the poor man had to have a moment of rest and had to be brought, you know, had to be rescued by his father, you know, who came forward and told everybody, came forward to tell everybody, we are going to pray. After the prayers, get out. You have 30 seconds. Give Maura a chance to reorganize himself and to do whatever, or reorganize himself. Folks, I have come to see this whole thing in a new light. And please, if you disagree with me, down in the comments, explain why I'm wrong. I have a theory that what actually happened to Marwa was that probably funds have been running low throughout the time that the party was going on. The grand party, the grand rumble in the jungle, the grand fumble in the jungle. It had all proven to be very, very expensive. He constantly complained about needing money. There were fundis and muras that helped put up the gate, that were digging the pond and doing this and doing that. What does all of that skilled labor require? Unskilled labor, you can get people to do for free. Skilled labor, those people expect money. My theory is that all of those people, a lot of those people were owed money. And when Marwa suddenly had a case of the vapors, a case of the trembles, caused by the infectiousness of realizing that he didn't have enough money to pay these people, probably with the connivance of his inner circle of friends, they decided, you know what, you look kind of sick, Mara. Go lay down. And his father was brought in and told, listen, Mara isn't feeling well. Those people need to be told to go home and as quickly as possible. Some of them want to ask for the money that they're owed. And I believe at that point his father stepped in, and did his stepson a big favor, and ran off everybody very, very quickly. If you're in somebody else's home, even if you're owed money, what are you going to do if his father, who probably owns the land, says, I want all of you out of here in 30 seconds? Are you going to argue? Are you going to fight? No. You're going to get out. And as far as D is concerned, this is putting a completely new light on the behavior of deemuango. People were saying, the fact that she did not come to the party was an act of disloyalty. If she had been a true sister to her brother, she would have gone, she would have stood by him, she would have supported. Well, you want to know something? I suspect that Dee has a vision of what she wants her life to be. And that does not include being a puppet to Mara. That does not include being his personal ATM. That does not include giving him money whenever he's broke, because I suspect that Mara is frequently broke. This model of traveling from country to country, staying in hotels, buying food, not generating anything other than a monthly check from YouTube. I suspect that this is a foolish model for survival. I suspect that maybe that isn't what Google ever intended. But that's the lifestyle that Marwa lives in. I don't know that that's a very productive model. I don't know that, they say that it's made Marwa rich. The question that I have always had about that is this. If Marwa is rich, why does he have to do all of the begging? Most of the people that I know that are authentically rich do not run around begging anybody for anything. In this country, I'm going to use something that Marwa talks about. Marwa talks about how ex-president Donald Trump is a billionaire, and he constantly asks people to give him money. A case was brought against his companies and against him personally, and it turns out that Donald Trump did exactly what I suspect Marwa does, inflated his net worth and claimed that he was a billionaire when in fact he wasn't anything of the sort. Basically, he was a con man lying to the public. And his company's pretty much finished in New York State. The courts ruled against him. The courts found that he had lied about how much money he had. What is the point of that? If you are a person who is struggling, you may live a very good life. You may have a lot of clothes, cars, properties, but in reality, you have no cash. You're broke. You want to pretend to the world that, oh, you have all this money. Why? If a person is, sitting on a sidewalk begging others to give him a little change so that he can buy food, most people will pass by him. If a person says to the world, I'm a rich, powerful man, and if you can help me with this, I'm having a temporary liquidity problem, help me with some cash, you want somebody like me as your friend, people will do what was done by the party goers, steal, beg, borrow, do anything to give this person gifts. Why do people give gifts to people that are wealthy? Well, they're hoping that when they give that person a gift, they will be noticed by that person, who in turn will give them things. Okay? I suspect that a lot of those people that were working were falsely promised payments that were never received. And this business of running them out of the property, 30 seconds notice, it's like, what is up with that? What's up with that? Why would you tell them 30 seconds to get out of here? Because probably some of those people wanted to say, okay, we're leaving, but Mara, I paid you for a master class. I haven't seen any master class. Can you give me my money back? I can use it to travel. Mara, you mentioned that you were having problems, and I loaned you some money, and can I please have some of that money? I need to. Mara, I was working. I was working on the gate. You owe me some money. All of those things are cut off if you're being told, get out of here in 30 seconds. Get out of here. Give this man a chance to reorganize. Reorganize what? What is it that Marwa does that is so complicated that it requires reorganization and blah, 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 blah? What Marwa was doing is something that anybody who has ever had more creditors and more debts than they have money to pay has done. And that was it. He was basically running away from his debtors, running away from people that wanted to be paid. And then there were probably a lot of other people that he had made God knows what kind of promises to, that he had no intention of fulfilling, and he wanted to run from them. Why is it that the 4 or 5 people that came from the United States or Canada, or the people that came and had a certain amount of money, why is it that they quickly left? They quickly left because, A, the villa is unfinished, the roof leaks, the toilets don't work, the water doesn't work, and a wealthy person from the West doesn't want to live under those conditions. And B, privately, away from the cameras, what deemuango calls a paparazzi, Marwa was probably putting the squeeze on those people for money. And because of that, Aaron Dante fled. Because of that, the mom and pop gift fled. And Christmas list also fled. People got tired of being squeezed for money. And Dee knew her brother well enough to understand that the reason why he was urging her to come was not because he loved her, not because he misses her. He was urging her to come because African culture teaches younger brothers and sisters to be very respectful of their older brothers and sisters. And she knew that if she made the mistake of coming there, he was going to milk her dry of any money. And stop and think about it. Marwa does not strike me as being the kind of person who takes no very kindly. Maybe the only person who apparently told him no and made him pay some of the monies that he borrowed in the past was Davy. And you can see how badly he treated Davy. So, anyway, beyond that, I just wanted to very quickly say something about Fellow the Boy. Okay, why is it that his father took away that project that he was building, that house that he was in? First of all, the man isn't really his father. People like Fellow the Boy get in the habit, and it seems it's not just Fellow the Boy. It's kind of like that the culture of East Africa, the Kurias in East Africa, is to call any adult that they have a friendship with their father or their auntie or whatever, or their mother. And apparently this man was nothing of the kind. And you know, part of the mystique of being Fellow the Boy is that he has so many projects that he's juggling, and him and his friends, and he's running from here to there on his motorcycle and all of that. And lesson learned, or lesson that should be learned by Fellow the Boy, you know, you have to prioritize. You have to prioritize. If you have an individual who's giving you hard-earned money for you to do work and maybe compensating you for your work, you can't treat that project with the same amount of dedication that you treat building, you know, Mama Maria a house, or Mama Felistis, or whatever. You know, it's like paying customers have to be given precedent or precedence. Their work needs to come first. And if it doesn't come first, if they feel that they're being treated like if they are basically a charity project too, they're going to go ahead and say, okay, you're too busy to finish up this work. Go ahead and give it to somebody else. I'll pay somebody else. Because, you know, truth be told, Fellow was kind of dragging his feet on completing that property. That property could have been done faster. And I'm not trying to criticize Fellow the Boy, but initially when they took away that project, I felt a little sorry for him. You know, Fellow needs to learn a lesson. Okay, prioritize. You don't treat everything that you do at one time in exactly the same way. Yes, you must be professional. Yes, you must be meticulous in your record keeping, but your paying clients have to be given priority. And the charitable cases, you know, I don't know what Mama Maria and some of those women secretly do for Fellow. I don't know. I think that maybe they're very, very kind to him. Maybe there's a friendship or a relationship. I don't know. It's not my business to speculate. But whatever they do, you know, it's like it can't be given equal treatment to somebody who's paying you a lot of money. And, you know, Fellow never discussed the compensation that he was getting from his father. Okay, and the other thing is this: don't confuse the relationship that you have with your family members with a business relationship. Okay? There's a level of respect and urgency that work that you are handling for a customer needs to be given. You can't assume, oh, this man is, I'm calling him my father. He's not going to say anything if I don't do things as it should be done. No, people will fire you. You know, but anyway, Familia Angu, please like and subscribe. Help me. Right now, my big target is getting to 600 members. And you know what? I think that we can do this. I think that we can do it very quickly. Please help me get to 600. Babu Eli will really appreciate it. And if they say that they who honor the honorable request of an elder, of an old man, receive a blessing from Allah. So be blessed and subscribe to my channel. Like this video. May Allah bless each and every one of you. Habari. Kwaheri.